Hi, this is Garrett Warren, and you're watching John LA TV.
I'm so glad to have you on the show, man. And I got my ticket for tomorrow morning, you know, to experience the whole thing. Finally, after like 30 years, 13 years, I'm sorry. Garrett, just tell me, how are you? First of all, how are you, man? How you feel?
Good, thanks, I'm good.
Garrett, you know, the first Avatar was released like 13 years ago, you know, it is, you know, a long time ago now. And I remember like it was yesterday. And last September, I went to the theater to rewatch, you know, the movie. And it was just amazing. You know, it was like a movie that was like, you know, was released like 2 days ago, you know. Nothing changed. Everything was so perfect. And you were a stunt coordinator on the first one.
Yes.
And now not only you're stunt coordinator, but you're also a second unit director, which is, man, a big role. you know, like the.
Yeah. I mean, just I can't talk about Avatar 2. I'm not allowed to. You know, it's don't want to spoil it for anybody. I don't want to say anything that is going on, but for Avatar 1, I can answer any question you want. And yeah, I was a stunt coordinator on the first one. Worked on it for about, what, 5.5 years. When we first started the movie, we thought it was going to take us only like 6 to 9 months to finish it, but it wound up taking us 5 years, you know, to finish the movie.
That is amazing. And how it was, you know, to because it was something new, you know, back in the day, you know, a new world, a new civilization. You know, you have to come up with ideas, you know, not only because you're stunt coordinator, not only with, you know, the risky things like a lot of actors can take, but the battle, everything. And the funny things with Avatar, which is the only one, it is, you know, the mocap was something, you know, now it is, you know, advanced, you know, but back in the day, it was like a challenge for you. How it was on set with the actor, you know, like, you know, interact with each other, fighting, you know, and with the emotional, you know, part.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, it's very similar to doing a real movie the real way. The only difference is that you don't have wardrobe on; you just have on your motion capture suit on. But you know, the actors performed the same way they would if they were on, you know, a regular movie set with lighting and with you know, wardrobe and with makeup and so forth. And I had just finished doing Beowulf, which was also a motion capture movie. So I had already stepped off of one and gone on to the next one. And, you know, from there, I was also doing Tintin with Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson. And that was another motion capture movie. So at the time, it was a very easy transition for me because I was, you know, immersed in that whole technology and that whole idea.
That's awesome. So you just work with Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, Jim Cameron. Man, you're blessed.
Very blessed. Very blessed.
Did you felt, you know, back in the day, you know, during Avatar 1, like you were a part of a special thing, you know, like maybe you did not expect so much, you know, success, but like, oh, this is a game changer, you know?
We knew that we were doing something that was on the cusp of a technological breakthrough. Whether it be the stuff we were doing for Beowulf or whether it be the stuff we were doing for Jim Cameron with, you know, Avatar, but we didn't know how or when it was all going to click, you know. And to be quite honest with you, if Jim had just finished after doing the 9 months of the movie and then just said, forget it, we've run out of money and we're done and I'm going to release it the way that it is, the world would not have received it as well. So I applaud Jim for saying, no, we're not ready. We're not there yet. We're still working things out with this technology and this format. So don't forget, I'd never been on a movie that took me 5 years to make, because Jim Cameron is a perfectionist. So did we think we have something special? You know, anytime we do a movie, we believe we have something special. But at the same token, we knew that this was a new technology, and we were just wondering, you know, is it going to work out yet? You know, we were all questioning. And obviously it did. And that's because nobody sees things the way Jim does. Jim can see the future.
Tell us, how did you get the job for Avatar 1? There's a story behind this, right?
There is a story, yep. You know, like I said, I was on Beowulf, and Jim Cameron had come to the set that day, and the first AD, Josh McLaughlin, had told me that, you know, this is the next movie he was doing. He was going to leave Beowulf. When he's done with Beowulf, he's going on to Avatar, and he introduced me to Jim Cameron. And I said, well, listen, I'd really like to throw my name in the hat and be the stunt coordinator on that film, if you don't mind. And he said, sure. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you come down and we can talk about it. And I said, great, give me a date. He did. I called up a bunch of stunt friends. We got together. I put some money into us getting a little space to work out what my thoughts were on this idea for his movie. And I shot a whole bunch of stuff. I went into his office and sat down with him, and he said, you know, it's nice to meet you. And I said, well, I shot a little pitch idea for you, if you don't mind. He goes, oh, all right, let's check it out. And at first he's looking at it going, well, that's just no good. That's no good. Oh, that's kind of interesting, the concept. And, you know, oh, that move is a cool move. You know, I wouldn't do that, but I like the way you did, you know, the way you executed some things. By the end of it, he says, interesting. All right, well, you got the job. And I said, whoa. And, you know, I left and I went downstairs, and right in front of the security guard that's right by the desk, I did my little dance. You know, I was like, oh, got it, you know, and I was so excited. And that's how I got the movie.
Oh, man. Great memories, right?
It's a great one. Yes.
Not only, you know, in the front of camera, in the mocap and everything, but physically, how did you been involved with the actors? Put like Sam Worthington, you know, he was like, was his first big movie, you know, before he shot Terminator and everything. How it was for you to have this responsibility to make them, you know, believable, you know, has the character they were, you know.
You know, we had a long time. Once again, the first movie was 5 years long. So I had 5 years to convert people into being what you saw. But the bigger advantage of motion capture is that the actors can go out there and move however they want. I'm going to replace it anyways. I'm going to have another person who's a movement specialist and move like the Na'vi and, you know, run and jump or do whatever the parkour is or the stunts are. It's just like a regular movie, you know, you have the stunt person do it, but you know, inject the actor into it. And that's, it wasn't that bad. You know, Zoe was a very handy person. Sam was a very handy person. You know, like I said, they might not have been where we need them to be, but we had stunt performers coming in that were going to be, you know, everything we needed.
This is awesome. Yeah, man. Do you have a special, you know, memories, you know, behind the scene, you know, experience, something, you know, in Avatar 1, you know? One
memory that was special to me was when I walked into the office and I said, hey, you know, Jim, we got to figure out how to work on this Banshee, this Ikran. And he says, okay, so why don't you go out there and work on how to fly in Ikran, and then I'll come out there and we'll talk it out. And I said, okay. And I went to leave his door and I stopped and I looked back and I go, how do you fly in Ikran? He goes, I don't know. He goes, show me what I don't want. You know, go out there and show me what I don't want. At least then I'll know, you know, where to go. And I said, that's easy. You got it. So I went out there and, you know, we played around for a couple days on how to fly, a Banshee, and we came up with it. Another special memory was when we were falling down through the leaves, through the canopy of the forest. We didn't have enough height where we were on the motion capture stage, so we built a big, huge, high motion capture volume, and we were able to fall down for real this, chimney stack of motion capture cameras. And that's how we did that. So those were the moments that were pretty cool. I remember there was also a moment when Jim and I were up on top of a slanted platform. I was spotting him and he had a camera, and we were having a moment between shots. And I said, boy, we are really over budget and over time. And he goes, yeah, yeah. And I was like, did you ever get tired of being so over time and over budget? And he goes, Garrett, I learned a lesson a long time ago. No one ever went to a movie and said, that movie sucked, but at least it finished on budget, on time. I went, good point. And he goes, so as far as I'm concerned, no, I don't ever need to worry about whether I finish on time or on budget. I'm just going to give everyone the best product I possibly can give them. And I said, it's a great idea. All right. Duly noted. Those are the three moments that really were special to me in the making of the movie. They stand out.
Yeah. I guess it's a good thing, for a stunt coordinator, something always on set, to have, a director so close, in the middle of the action. Especially James Cameron is known for that, to be always in the middle of the action, holding the camera. I guess it's good for you, right?
It's excellent. The great thing about having Jim always there is that immediately when something is right or something is wrong. Yeah. On another movie, if the other director is not there and you're working stuff out and you're even shooting on second unit, you basically have to do the best you can, and then you show the director and he can be like, this is not what I wanted. And you can say, well, I thought this is what you wanted. Obviously, I was wrong. Whereas with Jim, he can say, this is not what I wanted. And we go, okay, well, let's fix it.
That's awesome. Garrett, like I told you, I can just wait for tomorrow morning. I know you can't tell too much about Avatar. You can tell nothing about Avatar 2. But I know for sure that,
I can tell you that I'm very excited to see the movie just as much as all of you. I mean, I went and saw the premiere last night, but I can't talk about it. But I can tell you that, my kids, my whole family bought tickets to see it on Christmas Day as well. So, there's a family of 7, the whole Warren household. We're all going to go and sit down and watch the movie just like all of you. And we're going to, I can't wait to see the look on my children's face when they see, this amazing journey, this amazing story.
Oh man, that is a blessing, Garrett, you can come back anytime on the show, and maybe we're gonna do a review together after after the thing is released. Garrett, it was so nice to have you, man, and we stay in touch. And you will have my I would text you tomorrow to let you know, of course, man.
How it goes.
Keep doing what you do, man. I love you, man. Bye, man.
Bye.
Bye.